Okay, can everybody hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright. Ready. Alright. I'll be starting this off as per usual. Recap, especially given Root hasn't been on for a while. So, I will try my best to do so. Root, what's the last thing you remember?
Oh, jeez.
Huh.
Well, I remember cockroaches and blood.
So basically,
caravan
when
scene.
on the cart,
When there
punched
basically
Crow.
was the scorpion.
when I
got-
punched Crow
Yeah, basically.
and knocked his ass out.
Alright, then.
Yeah.
You. Alright. Last time on Dungeons and Dragons. Then I'm gonna go a tiny bit
Previously.
further than beyond, just so Root you can kind of catch up. You finally make it into the town. You don't find any sign of the blight reaching this point, but you do find is a local folk legend that somehow has come to life. That being of the Mistwalker. John, fun!
Bil-kemmi għat fuqi. Għal-madonni. Issa noqgħod push to talk.
You were on fucking sensitivity. Ahba.
Anyways, continue.
You had found out one of the local legends known as the Mistwalker, a typical child story that was told to infants to keep them from straying outside, has somehow come to life.
So kind
much
of like La Llorona.
similar, but in this case, it's not somebody kind of wearing a costume. Once you were there, you had the misfortune of having someone bang on the front door, hoping to get in, only to be murdered by said creature. From the windows of the tavern you looked out to see this large honking creature that just seemed to stare deep within anyone that looks at it. I'm bringing an image up of it on stream. There you go. It's in its hand it held an overly large butcher knife. This wasn't a part of the folklore and or the story. The original story that was told was that basically if a person was killed off in a, let's just not say orthodox way, say foul play, murder, or accident, the Mistwalker would come to avenge that person's death. This would cause a chain reaction, causing it to keep on coming for again and again and again. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You understand that this creature is quite real. That being said, you don't really understand how it's possible. The doctor's infection seems to have stopped growing, but it has become more evident, as purple veins seem to have grown on his neck. Whilst you were looking around to find out what may be the cause of this, you found a random woman in an alleyway. According to a child, she spent the entire night outside, which is impossible, as the Mistwalker in this particular scenario seems to be looking for anyone out after dark, meaning there's a reason why she was spared, wouldn't there be? After talking to her, you begin understanding that she talks a particular language, that known as Celestial. Celestial is an ancient language used normally by gods and god worshippers. You have reasons to believe that she may be somewhat aligned with a god, and you're trying to understand why that particular god is protecting her. But even then, the woman seems almost amnesiac. From that point, she was taken to the tavern, and she didn't even know how to use a fork and knife, to a point where when the doctor kind of had to teach her how to use it, when she successfully managed to get a piece of ham, she ended up spinning it around, spreading its juices everywhere, spraying everyone around the table.
Spin me right round, baby, right round.
That being
Spilling
said,
its juices, huh? Context.
that being said, probably the highlight of last week's episode was the donut scene. There's a clip of it, you can find it.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? The fuck happened?
Let's just say there was choking involved and you saying don't king shame me.
Wait.
Da, da,
I'll
da,
send
What
you.
the fuck?
I'll send her the link.
This is why you show
One
up to
second.
Sessions Road. This is why. Because then you
Hey.
get king shamed.
Yeah, well, blame my work.
Tough.
And
Moving on.
boo-hoo.
Moving on. After the incident with the butter knife in someone's shoulder and finding out that there are certain areas in the church that may or may not be as kosher as once thought, Jackson Hayes did manage to find out that there is something more than meets the eye. Unfortunately, you're not quite sure what it could be. Also, Jackson Hayes last week found out that his patron will ask for certain things.
Favors.
Exactly. Yeah,
And I need to do certain things to.
appease him.
Yep.
Are there any questions, or shall we begin?
Certain things.
Guys,
Shall
Certain things like what?
You're about to find out.
Oh my god.
Max,
Mm-hmm.
can I spend the first?
You're cutting out like a whore.
Can I spend the first few minutes going around town trying to find the messenger?
Sure, can you give me an investigation check?
No. Start off with the others, because I need to
Alright.
get some. So basically, while Alexander's going around, start continuing. Okay.
Okay, alright, no problem.
Be right back.
Take your time.
Can I investigate
Professional.
the grounds of the church?
The ground of the...
Can I investigate the grounds of the church? If there's any opening windows, stuff like that.
You seem to see that the graveyard in itself is never really closed off, meaning it would make it easy for you to get in there. With regards to accessing the church, it would seem that it's somewhat lackluster. The front door is always open. Whose fan is that, for the love of fuck?
I raised the sensitivity. Can't be me.
I swear to God, I am.
Well, it's coming from you, so.
Yeah.
Professional stream, everybody.
Fashion.
Professional.
I need a drink.
I'll
You
join you.
begin going around the
I got
church,
some wine if you
trying to
want.
find. Fuck off. Beginning to try and find a certain entrance. It would seem that the front door isn't really locked. The most with regards to a discreet entrance would be one through the back of the chapel.
Though, didn't the priest tell me that it's travelers do stay there and it's sealed during the night?
Not sealed, it's on hollowed ground. Yes, John, it's coming from your side.
How? I'm paying attention. Allah.
If you don't believe me, go check on stream.
Anyways, so it's on hollowed ground, and I'm staying there in the night.
Alright, you do so. Alright, so after a few hours of you there at the table eating, you all get some grub and you have a good meal. The Celeste, or that's what you've called her, just seems to be very childlike, very naive, very intrigued by the little things. At one point, she just lays her face on the table, rubbing her cheeks on it just to feel the texture of the wood.
That's adorable.
Max,
Mm-hmm.
if before night falls, do I have enough time to go to the tavern and meet up with the Greybane?
You can, unfortunately, as you enter the tavern, you take a look around, you don't see Greymane is there, because he's still looking for a bloody messenger. You can give me an investigation check whilst you're outside to try and see if you can spot him.
15.
What?
You got a 15.
Alright, with a 15. One moment. You managed to find someone that sends out messages via carrier pigeon.
Okay. Hold on. Carrier. There is. 1 second. Will the carrier pigeon be enough if my order is about continent over, if I'm not mistaken.
Continent over? What?
Didn't
Oh,
you say that?
You can, yes, it's not a problem. These pigeons have been like trained to do so, so it's not that much of a problem.
Then I relayed the letter to my order via
Alright.
carrier pigeon.
It costs
much
you
would I have to
7
pay?
silver.
Alright, shouldn't be a problem. Give 7 silver to the carrier.
Alright, the carries us a young boy.
There you go, lad. Make sure that the letter arrives there as fast as possible.
That shouldn't be a problem if they don't find the storm on the way. And he kind of like pockets it, attaches the letter to the pigeon's leg, and there you can see like there are cages with specific names to certain regions. He picks your region and then sends it out. Alright, so yeah, there's that. Mark, can you give me an
Alright.
investigation check whilst you're outside if you're still looking for Greymane?
I make my way back to the
Actually-
tavern now.
Okay.
Actually, no. Can I do an investigation to see if there's any?
Donuts.
Yes, I mean no.
And cocoa powder.
Any, like a fuel type of vendor
Give me an insight check.
inside. Oh, that's a 22.
22. You begin looking around, attempting to find what you can. You see a lantern right by the door. More than likely, within it there is enough fuel to light it up. There is the small issue that comes to mind, the Mistwalker.
Yeah. There are no shops where they sell fuel, lantern fuel.
You can go to a general store and buy some fuel, that's not a problem.
Okay. Would it be a religion check to see how I can make holy water by any chance? Something like that.
It would be a religion check, yes.
Okay. No, that's an 8.
8. You think the church people might know? That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'd like, whilst you're contemplating all of this, at one point the Celest kind of stands up and she accidentally like walks head first into the window.
What is this
How
thing?
in the hell?
How?
And the thing is, the window
She's
doesn't break,
special.
luckily, and she's just like there looking at it, and she pokes it, trying to understand what this is. Everyone in the
Can-
tavern looks towards her,
Can
and then
she
goes back
speak
to their
question?
meal. She can, but only in Celeste.
Damn it, because I just imagine her just poking an invisible barrier.
Doc. I'm guessing I'm in the tavern.
Yes.
Doc.
What's the problem, Jackson?
I have a plan, but I need you to do me something tonight.
Sure, what do you need?
I'm gonna stake out at the church. I'm gonna try to get a good look at this Mistwalker.
What do you need from me then?
Do you have any wide range of flammable stuff?
He kind of gives you a bit of a side eye. How flammable we talking?
Enough to keep a creature that's afraid of the light away.
He kind of just pulls into his robes and he takes out this very large vial of yellow powder.
Yellow,
Um,
huh?
Can I do a history check to see if it's the same thing he used in the past?
Yes.
Wait, I have one question.
Yes, what's the
Is
question?
the vial warm?
Oh my
No.
god!
I specified powder.
You said yellow.
Is it still warm?
No, it's not warm. It's room temperature.
Disappointing.
Disappointed.
So can I do a history check to see if it's the same thing that you did again? That he used against Creepy Crawly?
Sure.
21.
You don't think it's the same thing, but more than likely will have the same effect.
Okay. Also, how much will it cost, Doc? First of all.
It's free if you need it. Again, we're trying to help this town at the end of the day.
Yeah. Also, when you hear a knock on the door tonight, open it.
That ain't really my call if you didn't remember what happened last night.
If you need to force it open, I'll probably need to come in here quickly.
If you say so, I'll try my best. Kind of like stands up at one point and he goes over to the front of the bar to buy something else. And then there's the Celest. The Celest is now licking the window.
Wait, did I get there now?
At this point, you just walk outside the bar, and you see the Celeste is just like on the fucking window.
Okay, I go in front of
fuck is
that
this
window.
thing?
I go in front of that window.
Okay, she just keeps licking it, then she focuses on you and she tries to poke the window again.
I don't think she can hear me if I say something, right?
Maybe.
I can. Okay. What are you doing?
She just kind of like shrugs and goes back to licking.
I go inside
He
the
doesn't
tavern and
give
I
a
just
shit.
like go inside the tavern like pull her away. Like I look at her straight in the eye like stop licking the bloody window.
They say that in Celeste or common.
Celeste. I still remember she can always be.
She just turns to you. What's a window?
It's a thin object that's meant there. See,
You're cutting out again.
fuck.
Tits!
It is a thin object that allows you to see through.
She
Again,
kind of,
innocent.
she just pokes it again. Not really understanding, but then she goes back to sitting, folding her arms, pouting.
Do I see her pouting?
Yes.
Can I go up to her and offer her a donut?
They are now extremely like Luke temperature. They're no longer warm. You've been running around with like the last donut in your pouch for the last 4 fucking hours.
This is the thing, I have 4 in my pouch.
You deep throated one. You gave one to Fergus, you gave one to her, and now you have one left. Maths, motherfucker.
No, I had 5.
Okay,
I
so you
gave
have
one
2
to her
left.
because I bought 6.
Oh wait, you bought 6?
Yeah,
Yeah, I bought 6.
he spent 3 in total. He
Mm.
spent to buy 3, but he got an extra 3 because it was buy 2 for 1.
Okay. So you have 6, so you still have what? 3?
That would make 2.
2. So you just hand her one and she like takes it and you just see her like squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then eats it.
Greyman,
What?
I have a plan for tonight. Maybe we can get this Mistwalker out in the open.
Does it involve you and that church?
I will try to bait it out
You
after
know
midnight.
You know what you're saying, right?
It's a suicide mission, I know.
No, it's beyond suicide. It's absolutely fucking retarded. Wait, is the
And
word
banned.
is the
Oh
word
god!
No, it's fine, it's fine.
is the word retarded invented yet? In this particular
Probably.
time.
Maybe?
Okay, I'll use another word I hope that's similar. You're fucking dumbfounded. You know that, right?
Well, I might be dumbfounded, but I can't let these people continue living in fear.
All right.
So noble.
Although, take Crow with you. We're lucky we can get.
Crow is there. You can see just like a half...
I don't yell it.
No.
I don't
Crow
yell
is
it.
on at the table there. He's just there eating. He pulls up, his entire face is covered in like tomato sauce. He's completely over his shirt as well. Like there's a tuft of random hair. It's not even his own. No one can explain this.
Oh my god.
Actually, I need you guys to do something.
Alright?
Are you willing
What?
to help me if I can get it out in the open?
Okay, good.
My entire job being in the order is to kill people. Well, people and things.
Do I know that their windows are facing outside by any chance?
Give me an intelligence check.
Intelligence, that is a 12.
12. You think it's a good. Yeah, you think it might be a possibility. You can ask them.
Okay, Crow, Fergus, are your windows facing the street? Crow, Fergus. You.
Hungry and fencing takeaway.
I like my orders to be quick and easy.
Are my
Oh.
windows facing?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so yeah, they are.
What do you mean your windows?
Their room windows.
Oh.
At this point, the Celeste has now found out that you can open a windows. You can
Oh,
open
God.
a window. And she's just like,
Does she have like
Can someone
Does she-
stop her? She might
wait,
actually jump out.
question? Does she have that very happy surprised face?
no,
That
it's
very anime-esque face
No,
with the stars in her eyes.
wait, JP.
Sure.
Wow, the window can open. Oh my god. Kawaii desu ne.
Anyways,
And I just felt
I
like
was
chromosomes
fine until you
commit
said the last
suicide.
bit.
I'm now reverting to
uh,
a sea slug.
anyways, Crow, Fergus, after midnight, when you hear banging, open your windows and
Banging, huh?
Oh my god.
I say
knocking.
this in character, by
The
the way.
doctor returns and slaps you on the back of the head. We all know what you meant, for Christ's sake.
What do you have to do that for?
Listen.
Sometimes a
Jimmy,
person needs a good slap on the head. Plus, it's a turn on for himself. Are you fucking kink shaming in fucking 119? It's 119.
119.
What is
Also,
this? Honestly,
Creamy.
what is this?
Can we get serious? I'm the one putting my life in danger here. I need everything to go off well.
Look, I can stay with the door so that way I can open the door for you. I don't honestly mind. However,
You don't know this. I told the doctor to do it.
you just
weren't
said
there
so
yet.
now. You just said so now.
He
I
told
said the
everyone right now.
windows.
To the windows, to the wall.
I said
Look.
I said to Fergus and Crow to stay in the windows after midnight when they start hearing banging on the door, so they
Yeah.
poke their heads out and start shooting at the creature.
Okay, then by natural logic procession, I automatically
Logic
assume that
in
when
D&D, what is this, sorcerer?
I naturally assume that when you said about Crow, Fergus being with windows, I'll stay by the door, since you know my main focused tactic in fighting is stabby, slashy, slashy.
And the Celeste is now half ass in, half ass out the window.
Do
How
I see
far
this?
am
Do
I
I,
from
wait,
the Celeste?
do I see this?
Yes.
I go to pull her out. I know what
Out
I
or
said.
in?
Out, as in back inside the room.
So in.
She's just like
Pull her out of the-
wriggling in your grip and whining loudly. The bar,
Stop!
like the entire
complaining,
bar
you little
turns towards you. They're all very fucking confused.
Do I need to do? a
And then they
strength
look
check?
at your table and see a lack of ale. And they look at the woman. Then they look at Greymane. Then they look at the rest of the party. And they go
I
back
have
to
not
drinking.
taken a single sip of ale. I
Right.
am very, very sober right now.
There's-
Sure.
Yeah.
Shut
So you manage to
Oh,
pull
funny.
her back in. I'm not gonna make you roll. She's just like pouting again, and she's sort of like brooding. Goes back on the table.
Alright, look. If you behave, I'll let you swing me bloody pole arm.
What's a pole arm?
It's the thing. It's the giant bloody stick that I'm holding.
Oh, stick.
You can you can hit Crow in the head if you want.
Yay!
We need Crow.
Can I
No,
just
you-
hug her, please?
Sure.
She's too fucking adorable.
You go around the table and hug her. Why is this person touching me?
Because you're cute.
You
don't
you
understand
say
her.
that, and somehow in a parallel universe, you fucking understand what you said. She's just like there. Like, she looks at you. What is these? What's this?
Don't worry. That's called a friendly gesture. Called a hug.
Oh, I know of other friendly gesture. And she just kind of like flips Root off.
Hey! I was giving you love!
I
She-
love
like
my
you,
ass off.
you
I
raise your
love
voice
my
at
ass
her,
off.
and she's just like kind of cowers a bit. It was taught to me. Why mad?
Okay, I just like look at her like, okay, child.
Okay, I hug her again.
That gesture is not a friendly gesture.
Max, while this is happening, I just leave to go to a general store to buy fuel.
Alright, you kind of
You're
just
done with
walk
our
away,
shit.
contemplating your life decisions. Crow is there.
No, I walk
At
away
this
like,
point, there's a goat. No one can explain why there is a goat on the table, which he is eating.
Oh no!
And the thing
Oh,
is,
no.
he's not
Why see
eating
this
it.
before leaving?
Like, it's not even eating. He just has his, it's like completely haired tail in his mouth, and he's just like, like a fucking cow.
Do I see the goat?
I think you see it. It's just there at one point, and you just hear.
do I see this before leaving?
Sure.
Why is there a goat on our table?
And then you just
yeah.
hear me while I'm going out. I'm putting my life in my life in the hands of these idiots.
Yeah.
Wait, can I do a perception check to hear it? To hear
It's
what he
right
just said?
next to you.
I thought he said it as he was going out.
Oh, to hear
Yeah.
him. Sure. Perception check.
Oh god. Oh no. Where's my perception? Oh god. Oh no. 21.
You just hear that and more. As you try to pick up your hearing, you just hear the entire sound of the bar kind of flood your eardrums. Roll for migraine.
Do I add anything to it? I got an 11.
A will to live? No.
I just like look at his name, Jackson's current direction, like, yeah, well, fuck you too then, you posh cunt.
Which god? So you're speaking Orcish now, huh?
Orcish
is Maltese.
What the fuck are you on about?
Scottish is dwarvish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on with our lives. You enter the general store, and behind the desk you can see this strange looking drow woman. Her skin is very darkish blue purple, somewhere in the middle, and she seems to be slowly polishing a very fine stone, more than likely a form of sapphire.
Well, hi there, shopkeep.
Hello there, what can I do for you?
I was wondering, do you sell any lantern fuel?
Lantern oil you mean? Of course. Are you searching for any particular brand or generic?
Generic would be fine. I
Generic.
need a bit.
She
I need a little.
kind
lot
of
it.
like reaches under the thing and she like puts some things aside and she takes out this very large, almost milk bottle looking brown glass thing and places it inside. You see this really thick murky oil. This should do it. Should last you an entire night if you leave it on. Alright, do you require anything else?
How many do you have in stock?
She kind of like goes back under the desk for a moment. I have a total of 4 available.
How much is one bottle?
Each bottle costs a total of 5 silver.
I'll take
Oh.
all 4 of them.
Alright, that's not a problem. Also, you get 1 silver back for returning the glass bottle.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
At this point, she kind of like starts taking them out, and she ties a small like makeshift rope around them so they can be held like a milk carton kind of thing, like the whole milk for 2x2 thing. And she hands them to you. You give her 2 gold.
Yeah, 2 gold.
All right, you give her 2 gold.
Wait, wouldn't that be 20 silver? 5 silver each.
They're 20 silvers to gold.
Oh, okay.
10 silver is 10 silver is what I'm assuming. One
10 silver is 1 gold, 10 bronze is 1, 10 copper is 1
Silver.
silver. So,
Okay. So yeah, I give her 2 gold.
alright. Meanwhile, at the bar, the Celeste is learning how clothes work.
A what?
How clothes work.
Wait, she
Oh.
hasn't been wearing clothes this entire time, or what?
You guys found her in rags, and you guys gave her like a spare bunch of clothes, and she's learning how buttons work, and she's just like, at one point, almost semi-nude, and then like the doctor's like, nope, 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 nope.
Can I roll for a nosebleed?
Sure, with advantage.
Okay, what the fuck, Ruth?
Well, she is a man in the campaign, so
I got a natural one!
You full-on Hiroshima survivor nosebleed. Like it's a torrent.
Awesome.
Like you are being projectiled upwards from this nosebleed. I need you to roll me
Alright.
2d6s.
Oh god. 1 second, I need to figure out what the fuck a D6 is.
Monopoly dice.
Monopoly dice.
Are you
Okay.
Professional.
Max?
So
in the
two, right?
meantime, I just grabbed
Yeah,
Celeste, like. from
Okay,
the
I got a
waist.
5 and a 4.
5 and a 4. You take 9 points of damage from this intensive nose bleeding.
Oh
It's
god.
totally fucking
Like you think it's a nosebleed, you're actually having a brain hemorrhage.
Wait. Does she knock herself out?
No.
I'm disappointed. Okay.
I got
Um,
20 I
Like
got
a quarter
21
of the
HP
table
left.
is covered. The Celeste is looking at you with her
In
mouth
horror.
slightly ajar, going, "The fuck."
I grab the Celeste by the waist, put her on my shoulder, and take her to the goddamn room.
As you do that, people are just like they're cheering in the background as they just assume you guys are gonna pork.
Yeah, basically.
I just ignore this. Honestly, I ignore this.
And then there's just Fergus there. Just another fucking torrent.
Wait, is he still thinking of back home while he's eating the goddamn salmon?
What? Not Crow. Oh, I meant Fergus. Fuck's sake.
Oh,
Crow is there with his goat tail. Like, it's just the tail at this point. The goat fucked off. It's just like he managed to somehow yank the tail off. There is a goat out there with no tail. Meanwhile, at the general store, you see a goat walk by.
Wait, why does the goat doesn't have? Why does the goat not have a tail?
Don't ask me. Maybe it's some form of mutation or something.
Wait, can I roll an insight to see if it's the same goat that was sitting at the table?
It would be a history check. And yes, you
History.
can.
That's an 18.
It has very similar features, just a missing tail.
Oh god, no, Crow. Just knowing what Crow would do, just oh, for fuck's sake, Crow.
Do you buy anything else from the general store? Do you want to buy anything else from the general store?
Do you have any throwing knives by any chance?
Of course. They're quite a large commodity here. And she kind of like
Wait,
reaches. Yes.
Max. As he says throwing a knife, there's for some reason there's a sharp little pain in the back of my shoulder.
No, he didn't say butter knife. There's a disturbance in the force. I sense Marjorie. Moving on. She kind of reaches under her desk and she pulls out this very large wrapped leather thing. And as she unrolls it, you see like there are a number of throwing knives, 8 in total. For all of these, it will cost you 4 gold. Each one is 5 silver.
I can hear you, Ruth.
I'll take 2 of them.
2 of them, no problem. That's a gold, please. And she kind of like takes them out, and these things are fucking sharp. Like, they literally glide out.
Okay, so
They're like kunais in a sense.
okay. That will be all shopkeep.
Alright, do you require anything else or nothing at all? Maybe I can interest you in a new weapon or some armor.
What armors do you have? You're a general store, not a blacksmith.
Not much is true, but I dabble in trade and some people pay me in different ways. Including I can offer you some fine chainmail perhaps. I do have a full plate that's also available. And again, it depends on your budget really.
How much would the chainmail be?
For a basic chainmail it's gonna cost you 250 gold.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have that much.
I see. Some other time perhaps. And at that point she's just like, okay, putting things away, putting things away.
Yeah, I'll proceed to start walking out.
Right.
Shopkeep, if you hear some ruckus tonight, don't come out.
I never do. So many people try to enter. I can't tell if it's the creature or the people trying to break in and steal my goods. She says with kind of the sarcastic-ish smile.
Actually, there's one more thing I want to ask you before I leave.
Of course, what would you like?
What can you tell me of the Mist Whisperer?
It originally started as this form of local legend in the sense that eventually traversed through most countries and other things. It became a child's story so that little children would not sneak out after dark, as during those times wolves and other things would lurk around, abducting the children. It was used as a fear-mongering tactic. With regards to the real thing, I can't tell you much. I still believe that it's just someone that somehow altering the way he looks perhaps, but even then it's peculiar why he would do it so often.
I see. You don't happen to ever seen what this guy looks like, do you?
You will. She kind of like scratches her chin a tiny bit and she reaches down under the thing, taking out a small scroll. She opens it and it looks like a very large spirit, or a shadow, with dark red eyes. This is the best rendition I have on hand, but apart from that, this is the best it looks like. It varies in size from 8 to 10 feet in height, but it always carries that butcher knife, or so it would seem.
Can I give you a gold piece for that rendition drawing?
Of course. She kind of like puts her hand out.
I give her a gold piece.
Okay.
I head back to the tavern, ask
Okay.
where this Celestial and I'm guessing I don't see the Celeste or Greymane.
No, they're both inside the tavern. Meanwhile, at the tavern, Fergus, you are there with Crow, who is eating a bunch of hair which was originally the goat's tail. How do you feel?
Extremely confused.
And probably lightheaded from the nosebleed.
And probably vomiting on the floor because ew, that's fucking disgusting.
Nah.
I don't have to roll for that, do I?
We've
No.
seen him eat worse.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's eating cockroaches and like
And
he's
my-
dabbed
and
them in
blood.
blood.
So,
why?
not really.
What the fuck is Crow? Just what the fuck is Crow?
We don't know either at this point.
Like,
This
it's
is
more
why
than
I'm
likely he's
fine.
gonna die of food poisoning than an attack at the state.
True.
You're
Uh,
just there. You are slowly like trying to edge away from the ever increasing, like not increasing, kind of like narrowing nose blood pool on the table. The barmaiden
st-
kind of
I'm
comes
still
over.
nose bleeding.
No, it stopped. But the thing is, like, you came out chunks in a sense, and
Oh
it's
my
now kind of
God.
like thinning out and it's spreading.
giggity?
The barmaiden
How?
comes over, looks at you, looks at the guy eating the fucking tail, looks at the table, and walks away.
I feel
Wait. Does
I
she have
feel
a
so
reaction
bad.
by seeing all the blood?
No, kind of. She's just like there, and you like it's the face that says I need a raise.
I need a fucking raise.
Like it's that kind of face. So yeah.
By the
Meanwhile,
way,
upstairs,
there you go.
you finally put her in your room. She's like kind of like hitting your back a lot. There isn't really much force behind it. She's just like nee, nee, nee.
Just like I want to say gently, but
You
I
yeet
just
her
like,
onto the
yeet-
bed.
Yes, I yeet her onto the bed.
Dexterity check.
Sure. Nothing goes wrong over there. Oh
Please
God, no. 17. I got
How much?
17.
You yeet her onto no. You just kind of like, whoop, and she kind of lands on the bed and just bounces slightly. You know those scenes in cartoons when you throw something and then it hits the wall?
Yeah.
Boom, boom, and then she falls back on the bed. Oh. She's just there, like you can see like she wanted to stay downstairs where stuff was like nicer, but then she starts poking the mattress.
Okay. I just look at her straight in the face. All right, lass. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna teach you some bloody manners and
What's
etiquette.
a manner?
Ah, yeah.
Like she at some point she kind of bends over and tries to eat a piece of the mattress.
Okay. First lesson: you don't eat where you sleep.
What's
And
sleep?
in this case, you don't eat what you sleep on.
What's sleep?
It's a thing that you do to gain rest.
What's a rest?
Rest.
I love this empathy.
Fuck off. Anyway, I'm gonna teach you a few things, and you're gonna listen. Do I make myself clear?
No.
All right then. I'm gonna teach you a few things, and if you try to do the opposite, I'm gonna beat the next lesson into you.
She kind of like looks at you and she gives you a very large puppy dog eyes. I need you to give me an insight check.
Or oh God. Oh yeah, proficiency. 17.
You sense very large power behind those eyes. Like very, very large power. Although there is fear, you think if you try to hurt this person, you're more than likely going to get fucked. And not in the
Not
good way.
armor.
No, it's-
Honestly, I would. The only actual beating I would have given her is just like a karate chop to the head.
a few moments
Like-
later, power and kill! No one?
Like an anime. Like
Yes, like the
Yeah.
anime thing.
While this is happening, can I happen to arrive in the inn? At the tavern, sorry, Max.
You have finally arrived. There is Crow, tail and mouth, no munching. There's like half of it now. There is evident blood now seeping into the wood of the table. A light-headed Fergus, a barmaiden that was keeping an eye on the table, contemplating her life decisions, and the doctor who is just there at the bar, trying not to associate with them.
Trying hard
I-
and failing.
And I don't see the Celeste or Greymane. I go up to the doctor and I ask him where is Greymane and the Celeste.
I believe they went upstairs.
You might want to join me upstairs then.
Sure. Kind of like
Oh
puts
my
a few
God.
what?
Mark, you think Alexander's a horn dog? Really?
Oh wait, it's coming. So he puts down a few silver pieces and he's like, thanks to the bartender. Meanwhile, upstairs, etiquette. Oh,
Yes.
is that the thing the man told me to do last week?
All right, I'm gonna stop you right there. Whatever that man told you, it's probably not true.
Oh,
All right?
but it
I'm
was
not even gonna
fun.
ask you. I'm not even gonna ask you what that man told you to do.
But she kind of at this point like starts unbuttoning.
Okay, don't you dare! No.
At this
I'm-
point, Jackson Hayes and the
my eyes.
doctor
I
reach
have
the
hurt-
door.
I avert my eyes trying to tell her not to do it, and I'm yelling.
Jackson
back to her.
Hayes, do you automatically open the door?
Well, I give a small knock and I open.
You just enter, and at this point, tits out Celeste.
Oh my god.
Tits out for
I
I just
Celeste.
pop up and have a
I'm
nosebleed.
averting my eyes, looking away, and telling her to put her clothes back on.
The doctor's just there, and then he looks
Question.
over to fucking Greymane, and then back to the tits, then back to
Question.
Greymane. Yes.
I may not be in the room, but is she a lolly or just a
No,
woman?
this bitch fucking tall and thick.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
I can sense the
So,
arousal from here.
Fergus likes.
So, as me and the doctor entered the room,
Why? Sorry, Mark. I'm gonna say this. Why do I have a
Sexism in
small-
2019.
Why do I have a small feeling like
It's 2019. Excuse me.
It's 2019.
Why do I have this small little feeling that the Celeste just looks like Siri from Butcher?
No, not really.
I don't know why. I
no,
don't know
this
why.
is just my
I have-
fetish.
anyways, I close the door behind us, just in case a random Fergus decides to come up.
and have another nosebleed.
Yeah.
At this point, Fergus, you're like, where did everyone go? And you give me a perception check. Crow at this point finally like finishes the tale burping, and he just fucking head first on the table sleeps. You can tell I don't feel like running Crow.
I got a
Yeah.
14.
14. You're like, oh, they're probably upstairs. You kind of get up, gaily skipping your way there. Specifically, gaily skipping.
Actually, since I need some privacy talking to the Celeste, can I tell the doctor to lean against the door?
Sure, he kind of like leaves the door open, but he kind of covers most of it.
No, I closed the door. Just him putting
Okay.
his weight on it so the door doesn't open.
I might add, the fucking Celeste still has her tits out during this entire thing.
Yeah,
I'm
and I tell
yelling,
Gray,
and I'm
I-
still yelling at her to put her goddamn shirt on. I don't even know Hayes and the Plague Doctor are in the room, by the way.
Can I go
Okay.
simply just put on her shirt just to cover her up?
Sure, give me a sleight of hand check. I don't care, I'm being an asshole. This is the most fun I've had in a while.
Oh, that's fine. Be an asshole. 16, 17, 18, 19 total.
19. I'm going to roll.
Oh no.
Oh yeah! Not 20.
Oh yeah.
You just
Oh,
do
yeah.
that, and you accidentally, as you're kind of like buttoning it up, she just grabs your hands and puts them directly on her tits.
Max, by any chance, do I turn my head at some point?
Probably. This is that point.
And here I thought I was gonna be the bloody molest. Hayes, what the fuck?
She grabbed my hands, relaxed.
Well, at least now you know that I'm innocent.
It's just like
I
there.
look at Gravy like, you're never innocent.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Anyways, back to business. I need you to ask her a few questions.
You're just there with her hands on top of yours,
Yeah.
on her.
Also,
Words! My choice of words!
Fergus, at this point, you reach the top of the stairs. You look into the room. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Wait. How can she look in the room if
The doctor
is
hasn't
against the-
completely closed the door yet. It's jammed for plot reasons.
I said
I got a
closed the
16.
door.
17,
I got a 16.
16. You don't make the check. You're just there. You see the tits. You see the hands. This is your fetish. Nosebleed intensifies. You are just there. And there's like
Yeah.
2 torrents of fucking blood are now streaming down the stairs. Roll me an additional 2d6.
Oh my god.
D6, I think, and 2D60, you mean?
Not
At
yet.
this point.
You shut the fuck up.
It would be a d60 if it was coming out of another hole.
Where the fuck is my D6?
It's the Monopoly dice, you just use them!
I know. I just lost it for a second.
Possibly. In before
Okay, I got a
Fergus
maybe.
dies to
I
blood
got a
loss.
6 and I won.
Maybe, just maybe.
6 and 1, you take 7 points of damage.
Oh my fucking god.
Congratulations, you're the lewdest member of the party. How do you feel?
Actually, kind of proud.
Same, moving on.
Can I force my hand away?
I got 18 health left.
Wait,
Jesus.
where? You need to specify in this very sensitive
What?
situation.
Okay.
Can I pull
okay.
my hands away from her?
I just
You
pull-
do
I
so.
pull
Tits
his
out.
away.
Constitution saving throw, Fergus.
What? Oh, wait, what? I got a natural 20.
You're just there. There's no more fucking brain hemorrhages in the making so far. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Fuck my life. You're saying her
going
strawberry-like nipples and you were about to have another brain hemorrhage.
Oh my god. I'm about to have one in real life. Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
Oh, fuck
Raven.
me. Yep.
Wait. Matt,
Yes.
is Mark's hand still on her tit?
No,
No, I
he
pulled
pulled
my
them
hands
away.
off.
That's why fucking Root almost had another aneurysm.
Okay. I karate chopped Celeste's head, lightly, but just enough that she would actually feel it.
Sleight of hand.
Sure. Oh dear God. 17. Again, what is it with 17s today? This
You
is my
give her
third
head
one.
pat.
What do you mean head pats?
You just like you're trying to be very, very gentle, and it just ended up becoming head pats. Shut up!
Okay,
This is
fine.
my fetish. Moving. Oh God, I can't even
Fine.
upload this to YouTube at this rate.
Demonetized.
Bitch,
then
I'm
I
never
just, like-
monetized.
I look at her, Celeste. Alright, now, kid, this is what I mean. You can't just showing off your knockers to everyone.
What's a
See?
knocker?
Your chest.
Oh, she kind of like buttons it up at that point. But the man in the woods.
Okay, you're gonna have to tell me who that man is, so that way I can beat the living shit out of him.
What's a shit?
That's a discussion
I
for
love this
another.
fucking. I love this PC. I'm enjoying this way too much.
Raven.
In other words, little one, for now, just keep your shirt on. Or
What's
you
a
see that
shirt?
I just like I point Fergus, because if you show your chest out again, that fucker is gonna die.
She turns to you with this really perplexed look. Die?
Yes.
What? What is die?
It's when someone goes to sleep and never wakes up.
So a coma? She somehow knows the word for
She
coma,
said-
but not fucking die.
I was gonna. So you know what a coma is and not death.
Yeah, the doctor that found the man, he said that he went in a coma.
Well, this is worse.
Tell her just you when you don't breathe, I
What
guess.
is wrong with that guy? She kind of points over to Fergus.
He's a pervert, Bouth.
What's a pervert?
Honestly, this girl is really pure. I just like say this. I just look away saying this.
I really want to include an image of Celeste on stream, but monetization! And I don't
Just-
think I can find an image.
While they're having this
Wait, now I'm
conversation,
curious.
Mm-hmm.
can I just take out the scroll with the picture of the Mistwalker?
Sure, you do so.
Max, if you find an image, put it on Sean's NSFW channel.
No, I'm putting it on stream, I don't give a shit.
Enough.
Oh yes,
Grayman,
I want to see this.
ask her if she recognizes this, and I show her the image.
Alright, little one. Do you recognize the man in in this portrait?
She kind of looks at it and squints. No, not really. Not that I know of.
It's alright. Don't worry.
Okay, so.
I'm not gonna force her.
Alright.
Do you tell me that she doesn't recognize?
Yeah. No, look.
Well, apparently this is what we're up against.
Okay.
Max, can I do an insight check to see if I remember this?
See if you remember
Or-
what.
Like, if I see if I can recognize the character in the portrait.
You can attempt to.
Okay, insight.
Yes. Also, I'm bringing an image of her head, just her head, on stream.
Okay, I got an actual 20.
To recognize the thing in the image, yeah, recognize this as the creature that was there last night.
Just the creature that was like there was. Alright.
Also, this is the image of Celeste.
She really does look like Siri.
I can't even
He's a
see
cute
it. Where
Celeste.
is it?
It's on stream.
It's on Twitch.
I can't. Oh,
Stop being a turnip. Moving on.
aw, she's so cute.
Yeah, for obvious reasons, didn't find one with a body. Moving on.
Can you put it on the NSFW chat?
No!
Oh, come
Moving on.
Please.
Yes.
Suck at it.
I want to see it.
There isn't one with the body. Shut the fuck up.
Fucking hell.
Moving on. Professional
Anyways.
stream.
Is it getting dark out, Max?
It's about 6 in the evening, so yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna time to set our plan in motion.
Wait, what plan?
If you fucking heard me before, you would have understood what the plan was, now wouldn't you?
Oh, quit your belly.
Fergus,
Alright, I just have to stand by the door, right?
yeah, and if need be, get your weapon ready. You might need to attack.
Oh, so I do get it.
Yes.
Fantastic.
While I call out for Fergus, can I conjure a healing elixir and toss it at him so he drinks up?
Sure, you do so.
You're gonna
Fergus,
toss
can you give me a dexterity check?
Oh boy. Son of a whore.
How much?
it. How
12.
much?
Okay. I'll say with the 12 you manage. You're very, very perplexed given your perverted nature, and you just see something flying towards you. You manage to like grab it quickly, almost tripping down the stairs. Emphasis on almost. And you just hold it. It's surprisingly warm.
Why is it still
so
warm?
warm?
Hey,
What is it?
drink it. It will heal you. I need you at your top game.
I don't trust you. But okay.
I am the most trustworthy person in the fucking group.
Then why is it warm?
Because it's a magic healing elixir.
Still. Nah, fuck it, I chug it.
You chug it. It tastes of pit. No. How much
Two
does it heal?
D4s plus 2 hit points.
Okay. Ruth, please roll me
Roll
2d4.
2 D4s. Ruth.
Two D4s. D4s are the triangle thingies, right?
Yes,
Yes.
Solomon, not to confirm.
I'm learning! Yahoo!
How long have you been playing TND? 2 or 3 years?
Shut the fuck. Almost a year. Four and a two.
A 4
So that's
and
8
a
total.
8 total. You
So
gain
I
Gives
8
you
hit
plus
points.
2 hit points.
Sorry?
It gives you 8 hit points, Rose.
Okay.
So I tell Ruth after midnight, make sure she's scouting the window.
Okay.
So if need be, she takes a shot. She takes a shot at the creature. I
Alright.
go down, smack her on the head to wake him up.
You do so. Alright. Are there any other questions?
Is Crow still alive at this point?
He's downstairs.
I
Yes,
explain
yeah.
to Crow what I want him to do, so he goes up to his room and wait.
Mm-hmm.
And when I go out, I see nobody's outside. I'm guessing at this point.
Not in particular, no.
Wait, what? Is it dark outside, or is it getting dark outside?
It's getting dark, so everybody's
It's
running
getting
inside.
dark.
All right, then I look at Celeste and I just tell her, all right, lads. Now I'm gonna need you to do something very important. I need you to stay inside this room. Do not come out unless we tell you to.
Why don't we tie her up?
And because she's not Sylvie.
God, but
And before anyone else tells you, when I say we, I mean either me, Hayes, or the doctor. Right?
hey,
Fuck off.
You don't understand this. Rose.
oh yeah, I'm just hearing muttering or whatever.
While they're doing that, can I make like
There's a very good reason why Alexander wants to protect this little one.
Little one in
she's not really little,
inverted
but
commas.
anyways.
Yes, but mentality wise, she is. Anyway,
At this
While
point,
this
she's
is
just like there playing with her fingers.
Aw, honey.
happening, can I pour
Hi.
like a huge
No.
circle in front of the tavern door, like from the whole road wise, with the lantern oil?
Sure, you can do so. You do so. So.
Okay, and the church is not that far away from the tavern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to the church and
Right.
hide there, basically.
As you
Alright,
enter the church, you hear the bells ring. It is now 8 o'clock.
Okay. I try to contact the demon. I keep forgetting what his name is, Max.
Mr. Nobody,
Mr. Nobody.
I am here for now.
I will complete our bargain at midnight. But I need another favor.
What is it you need?
Did I ever ask him about the Mistwalker or no?
Nope.
What can you tell me of the Mistwalker?
Things you already know, or things you don't know.
I think I'd rather hear the things I don't know.
It's a manifestation of multiple corrupted souls. It will not easily be swayed with holy magic, as its body will forever be fueled by the ones lost, each and every night. The weapon it uses is one of the beginning, the original death that began its manifestation. If you manage to find the source of who began it all, and slowly engrave him and burn the body to ash, then and only then will the Mist Walker fully be released.
Do you know which body it is?
Of course I do. But then again, everything comes at a price. You will owe me, Jackson Hayes.
What's your price now?
Oh, I will tell you in due time. Like everything else, it's best served when you least expect it.
Okay,
Do we have a deal?
we have a deal.
At that point, you are given like very dramatic flashback to the graveyard. Next to the unmarked grave, 4 graves down, there is one that you had kind of stumbled upon. There is someone called Mr. Galvius. Mr. Galvius was a beloved father. Their cause of death unknown. Profession butcher. You are brought back into reality and you now hear 8:30. Outside, you see mist beginning to rise. What do you wish to do?
Can I proceed to? Is the graveyard still on the Holy Land?
Yes.
So would I know if the Mistwalker would?
You
set
can give me
foot
an
on
insight check.
insight. That's a 15, Max.
15. You don't think it will.
Okay, I proceed to go to the graveyard and find a shovel.
The shovel is where you left it. For some reason, it's still half sticking out of a bush.
I go pick up the shovel and start digging up Mr. Gravius's grave.
You begin slowly uprooting him, and at some point, you begin to hear the sound of the bell. A new bell. Slowly. You hear it almost sound getting closer. What do you wish to do?
Closer towards the graveyard or closer in the street?
Closer towards you in general. So far, you think it might be coming up the road.
I cast Unseen Servant to take a look around.
You do so. You get to where the back from said unseen servant, just past the tavern. You have around 2 minutes before it gets to you.
How much more do I have to continue digging the hole?
Not much. At one point, you finally hear the sound of the metal shovel hitting wood.
Okay. I'm thinking I only used how much lantern oil on the
2
circle.
bottles.
I uncork one of the other bottles, pour it, grab one of the throwing knives, do Rite of Flame,
Okay.
and
You do that. I am
continue.
gonna stop you because that is technically a
Okay.
whole action. Again, I'm not rolling for initiative or shit like that. Because you did
Right.
have a couple of reactions here. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw as you see a tombstone is coming at you at very high velocity.
Okay. Ooh, 18.
18. You just barely
Dexterity savings and
saving.
it's same 18.
You just barely manage to make it as you have to fall into the hole now that your cloak is semi-damped in lantern oil accidentally. But you see like it crashes into the wall and blows up into smithereens. And over by the entrance, You just see this creature there, multiple tombstones floating above it.
Ta-da.
Would that be perception to see if I recognize the person? This creature.
No, it is definitely the Mistwalker.
Okay. Can I hop out and actually still do the action to throw the kunai with fire into the grave?
I'll say you're able to. You do that. Give me a dexterity check. Just general. This is to see if you like manage to hit your mark.
17 max.
17. You throw it into the grave as it engulfs in flame. You just see the creature there. It puts a hand up, slowly waving towards you. The tombstones come flying at you. I need you to give me 3 dexterity saving throws.
Oh god. 21, first one.
Into one.
That's an 18, second one.
Okay, next one.
10, last one.
Last one does hit you. You kind of neo matrix dodge your way out of the first two. The last one hits you square in the chest, and it's going to knock you directly into the coffin, where you two are going to burn. As you land, your cloak begins to kind of catch fire, as you can now see that the Mistwalker is also engulfing slowly in flame, as it smiles and waves towards you. I am going to have to roll to give you damage.
Nobody's saying, yeah, I am disappointed.
We're busy!
I don't give a shit. Oh yeah!
You take a total of 10 points of fire damage. If you're resistant, that is half down to 5.
Wait, that's a good point. Since I have Flame of Bright, am I resistant to fire?
You are the one that should know this, it's on your character sheet. I believe you are resistant to fire damage, so you are only going to take 5 points of fire damage. But you are going to need to give me a Constitution saving throw to put the fire out.
Okay, so Constitution saving throw. That's a 12.
That is a failure. You're going to take additional damage. This is what needs to be halved down. You take another 7 points of fire damage.
So that's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 points.
Give me another
Can
Constitution.
Can I take off my cloak?
You may. You just do so. You jump out of the hole. You throw it inwards. And yeah, your cloak is completely consumed by the fire. You look in there and you just see the skeletal face of the skeleton as it burns away. And in its mouth, for a brief moment, you see what seems to be this large green beetle. And as the flames lick at it, turns into dust, joining the rest of the flame. You look behind you, the mist is residing, and in the place of the Mistwalker, there is only the very large butcher knife.
As this happens, what time is it?
It's now you just hear it, 11:30. Somehow, time isn't acting like it should be. Just a few moments ago, it was 8:30.
Mr. Nobody.
I am here for now.
I know you said midnight. I dig up that grave and piss on it. Can I do it now?
You may if you wish.
Okay, I proceed to.
It takes you around 25 minutes of constant digging. You are actually 40 feet down before you hit the coffin. This was a deep grave.
Noticed.
Within it, you see what seems to be a crest made out of solid gold implanted on the top of the coffin. The crest in question seems to be that of a raven.
Well, the deal is a deal. I piss on it.
You do so.
Sounds
And
familiar.
you just feel something kind of burn away at your hand as your contract has been fulfilled.
Okay.
Congratulations, that was the first step. Now, whilst you're at it, remove the corpse.
Okay. I proceed to open the lid and remove the corpse.
Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
So wait, hold on. He killed the Mistwalker or not?
Yes.
Okay. That was
19.
anticlimactic.
19. You just
Yeah, I know.
feel the humongous scent just fill your nostrils completely as you are about to fucking gag, but you just manage to pull through. Inside are the mummified remains of a woman.
Strength check to pick her up, I guess.
If you want to. Give me a
He
strength
asked me
check.
to pick up the corpse, no?
Mhm. Yep.
18 total max.
18. You lug her over your shoulder, and you just hear the bones are very brittle and crack in the process. You're gonna climb out the hole?
Yeah, dexterity?
Yes, please.
Or would that be acrobatics since I'm...
No,
or athletics?
just dexterity.
Okay.
Fun.
That's a cock.
Sorry. Keith, am I okay?
How much? Sorry.
18, 19. 19 total max.
You climb out the hole, and he finally gives you your last order. Put her in the church for all to see. The harlot that stole my heart will respond for her crimes.
What crimes are those?
You will learn in due time. She is one of many that must pay.
I proceed to put her in the church against the altar, I'm assuming.
Yes. They
So
want
let me
you-
get.
Shut up.
So let me get this
Shut the
straight.
fuck up! You
Oh.
just see her. She's adorned in jewels and gold and other trinkets. Do you want to take them?
I actually asked Mr. Nobody if it's okay to take them.
They are of no value to the dead. You may.
Okay, I take them.
You desecrate the corpse. Right? You take a total worth of 5,000 gold worth of trinkets. Please add that to your inventory.
5,000.
Gold worth of trinkets. In the process, you are also going to get something else, which I'm not going to specify. I have to mark this on my own. Alright.
I put those in my bag and make my way to the tavern then.
Alright. Do so.
In the meantime, I tell Mr. Nobody, I always keep my word. As you kept
may
yours.
keep your word for now, but eventually, even the things I ask will make you question your own morality. At this point, can you give me a religion check?
Okay. That's a 7.
Alright. You just feel, as you're walking out of the church, the ground under you doesn't seem as fresh or fertile. You look behind you, there are thorns and other things growing in the graveyard now all of a sudden. Give me another religion check.
That's another fucking 7.
You're not completely sure what's going on, but you have a feeling that somehow you're to blame for this. That's it. Meanwhile, back in the tavern, the Celeste is just there, brooding in the room. Fergus, I assume, is also sitting with her, hoping to get another tit show.
Hey, he's
He's
not
not
that much of a
wrong.
pervert. Oh come
Uh-huh.
on! You know,
Uh-huh.
you guys don't give him credit.
Uh-huh.
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 He's not that perverted. Come
Uh-huh.
Wait, Max,
Yep.
I hate all of you.
why before leaving, can I actually take the butcher knife as proof of me killing
You may. You may. You are able to wield this since you do have 16 strength. This is a relic weapon, meaning it has a lot of value, but it also has a lot of abilities. If you want it, you have to spend a long rest with it, so you are able to wield it.
Okay, I'll take it for now.
You do so. All right.
Okay.
You make it back to the tavern. You knock. The doctor is just there, and instantly he opens the door. He looks outside. You see on the side the barmaiden with a. Well, she's knocked out.
Well, Doc, deed is done. Miss Walker is no more.
If that's the case, then we should head out in the morning, perhaps. I don't think we'll be of much help to these people anymore. And he kind of looks over to the unconscious barmaid.
Yeah, I think it's best we leave first thing in the morning.
Are you injured? Or are you okay?
Well, I proceed to tell him that I got lit on fire, got a tombstone thrown at me. Apart from that, yeah, I'm fine.
He kind of, as you're saying that, he takes out like a small booklet and he starts writing on it. I see. I believe this creature was more than likely a manifestation of sorrow. Very rare, but possible.
I tell Doc, when I was burning the body, I seen was it a green beetle, Max?
A green beetle inside the mouth.
I saw a green beetle inside of his mouth. When it burned, the Miss Walker died.
He furrows his brow. I'll have to do further investigation. I cannot be sure. But if what you say is true, we may be dealing with something much, much larger than I first thought. This is black magic work.
Max, do I hear this?
No, you're upstairs. Like, you're kind of
No.
guarding Celeste. Celeste at this point is just like,
Aren't I downstairs?
no.
Didn't I agree that I'd be
Yeah,
downstairs?
You'd
he'll
be keeping an eye.
next to
You
the
were
door.
kind of there waiting for like the lantern of Gondor or something, like the fire, and you don't really see much since the oil lantern ring wasn't used.
No.
I mean, at that point, you're just there. Celeste is there, just like. What's Celeste be doing? They're just like poking a pillow. At one point, she starts trying to gnaw on it.
Cute.
So yeah.
Oh.
No, and I think that's a good time to call today's session.
Okay.
On that note, I hope you all enjoyed today's show, and I hope to see most of you for next week's, including your route.
What?
I hope to see you for next week's game route as well. Regardless.
I will be having an early shift, so you will.
Yay! Finally, I mean, what?
Finally.
Hey, I got a promotion, so the times are easier now. So yeah.
Alright. I'll be sticking around for a tiny bit. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them. With that being said, we hope to see you next week.
Yay!
Do you guys have any questions or anything like that that you would like to ask me?
I'll ask you in private though, cause
Yeah,
See what
ask you after we finish.
Alright, I'm just seeing who to raid right now. Alright, there we go. I wish you all a good night. And I hope,
Bye.
and let's hope those dreams aren't filled with fright.
We
Hey,
both
that rhymed.
know we do.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh
Oh
no.
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 Oh yeah.
Wait, we're off, Max.
Not yet. Just a few
Yeah.
seconds.
Trading fan up.